If I asked everyone out there to come up front and tell a funny story about our main speaker, we'd be here for days. Just the other night, while stuffing the goodie bags, I found my daughter sitting on her dining room table with her Uncle Mark drawing brown circles on her legs with marker, telling her she looks like a giraffe. Although I wanted to be upset with him, I couldn't help but laugh. This reminded me of Mark and Laura's relationship and how Mark's sense of humor helped Laura during her battle with ovarian cancer. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our main speaker today, my brother Mark.
Hello, everybody. First of all, of course, want to thank everybody for coming out today. I'm pretty sure we have record numbers once again. So, it was a couple weeks ago, and of course, Danielle said, "Oh, who's gonna talk?" And so, of course, I got this position. So, I want to once again, recognize all the people that are here today for the 6th annual Laura Smile Mile. For those of you that don't know me, I'm obviously Mark David. Laura, the namesake of this event, was my wife. For many years, 4 to be exact, I stood up here in front of all of you as a support person for Laura while she was giving her amazing, inspirational speeches, thanking everybody for attending and explaining how important this event was to her. In 2010, just as a little side note, Laura always wrote in a journal. She was an amazing writer. And in 2010, she wrote in her journal about the event. And here's what she said. "What a beautiful day it was. It was a day of inspiration, awareness, and hope to all those affected by ovarian cancer. I can't believe we've been hosting this for 4 years now." Like this. "So many people played a significant role in Laura Smile Mile success. I am proud of everyone and cannot express my gratitude adequately enough." That was Laura's words. As much as I never wanted to think about it, I knew I would be maybe standing up here alone without Laura someday. So here we are today. Those of you that knew Laura may recall how much she loved stories, and it was not unusual for her to read a book in a couple of days. As a side note, it takes me probably 10 years to read one book, unless it's on audio tape. But stories, of course, bring back a memory I had with Laura when we were first dating. It was probably about 10 years ago. We were sitting on a bench in a mall, and while we were sitting there watching people go by, Laura turned to me and said, "All these people have a story. I bet some of them are very interesting." She continued with, "Mark, I wonder what my story in life will be." In life, there are all different types of stories. Some are short, some are long, some are sad, some are happy. Everyone knows of a different story which ultimately brought them here today. Laura was more than just my wife. She was a friend, a daughter, a sister, an aunt, much like many of your loved ones are here today. You may have attended because you knew Laura personally. Perhaps yourself are an ovarian cancer survivor, or maybe a friend or a family member is dealing with this disease. Laura was a woman in her 20s, thinking about children, not cancer, when she received the diagnosis at age 23. I'm sure this was a very similar situation to Christy Button of Team Button's Bevy, who at the age of 27 was pregnant with her second child when she received her stage 1 diagnosis. Unfortunately, unlike Chrissy, Laura's cancer was not detected until stage 3C. the same stage loved ones on teams Marching for Maryland and Cruising for Karen were diagnosed at. Throughout the years of her cancer treatments, Laura had support from those close by in Wisconsin and all over the country. Much like Team Miller's Milers, who have people racing virtually around the nation today in their own states while you guys were all doing the event here. Or like the story of Lynn's Laps for Love and Cruising for Karen, who have family flying in from different states to show their support today. As you heard from her journal entry, this race brought Laura hope and inspiration. Team Marching for Maryland used this race as well to bring home the message of love and support. They made a banner that actually was hung last year above her entryway in Maryland's house. Despite her cancer, Laura maintained her sense of humor and a love for life throughout it all, much like Tammy Hess did, according to her family and friends who are here with us today as part of Team Tammy in memory of their friend. We named this event Laura's Smile Mile because in spite of everything, she managed to smile, much like Sharon, whose friends and family walk in her memory with us today as part of Pennies for Grandma. A little story about Pennies for Grandma that they told us was for years and years, whenever Sharon would find a penny, it would make her day. As simple as it is, her family and friends knew this about her. To this day, when anyone finds a penny, we know that is Sharon's way of reminding us that she is right there with us. When Laura asked me that seemingly innocent question over a decade ago in the mall, she had no idea her story on Earth would tragically end much too soon, but that her passion for life, strength, and courage give hope to thousands of people, many of whom she never even personally met. Laura left us here on Earth to receive her wings in heaven on July 3rd of last year. Even though she is only here with us now in spirit, her story lives on in all of you. As the team captain for Cancer Sucks Sweaty Balls said, any person that was lucky enough to know Laura will walk this earth a better person because of how she touched their lives. Much like Sharon's pennies, whenever I see a butterfly or butterflies, I'm reminded of Laura and the joy something so simple brought to her. So today, in honor of 30 years that we shared with Laura, I'd like to pay a tribute to her memory.
This poem is called A Symbol of Hope. A symbol of hope, a butterfly lights beside us like a sunbeam. For a brief moment, its glory and beauty belongs to our world. But then it flies again, and though we wish it could have stayed, we feel lucky to have seen it. I think Laura's right here.
All right. Got a couple to take home, I guess.
These are not part of the raffle, sorry.
All right, I'm going to try to collect myself here. Thank you, Mark.